Hey everybody, welcome back to Not Just a Pretty Face podcast. I'm your host, Michaela, and I have my lovely guest, Mia.
Hi guys.
Okay, so here at Not Just a Pretty Face podcast, we are pretty on purpose and beyond the surface. As you all know, this is a podcast to help boost my brand because I want, um, the world to know that women have a voice and we always have something to talk about because we're always like kind of quiet and kind of be told to be quiet sometimes. But I know that over here we want to talk and we want to hear our people to hear our stories. So tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you do, and how you got started.
Okay. Well, first I'm Mia. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I came to Columbia to go to school actually in 2013. I went there. I went to Benedict. I graduated with my bachelor's. I'm now working on my master's degree, and I'll be finished in May. I currently own a braid salon here in Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah, come check me out. More styles on all platforms. Um, yeah, and that pretty much brought me to Columbia.
Okay. So before we get like too deep into anything, because we are going to touch back on all of those things, tell us what you think makes you more than a pretty face.
What makes me more than a pretty face is one, I feel like I'm educated. A lot of women I know they wasn't fortunate enough to know like go to college and get a good education. So I think that makes me more than a pretty face. Having confidence. You gotta be your own kind of beautiful.
Right.
Like you just gotta bring that confidence.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Okay. So tell us about like what made you want to come down to Columbia. Like what was, because I know most people when they're from up north they kind of do migrate down here, but they all have a different reason.
Yeah.
So was it just school, or was it another reason that brought you here?
I would say school, and then I always heard a lot about the South, like looking at like BET back in the day. You know, like they used to have like the college hill and stuff. A lot of the schools was on there, and I always used to be like, oh my God, I'm gonna go to Savannah. I'm gonna go to Savannah State. That's pretty much it. I always like it. Something always told me like go to the South, go to the South. So that was my opportunity when Benedict was like, yeah, here go the scholarship. I was like, yeah, I'm going.
So what is your degree in?
My bachelor's is in business management with a concentration in entrepreneurship, and I'm currently in my master's.
Okay, so do you feel like you always once was like an entrepreneur? Like, do you have like a story of like when you were little, when you were trying to sell stuff?
Yeah, like I've been a hustler all my life for real. I'm a businesswoman now. I'm more than a hustler, but yeah, I remember like it was like I was having a hard time. I had originally was in school in 2013, and then I stopped going. I went back home to Baltimore, and I started selling funnel cakes. Where like I swear, I still got my funnel cake page and all that. And it was called Cakes by the Pound. And I was like, it's gonna be like exotic sweet shop. And I started selling funnel cakes on my mother's house. And she was like, all these people keep coming to my house. So then I wound up going to my own house, and I was selling them at her house. And then I started doing birthday parties and all that. Yeah, so I was like 18, 19. Like, I had a little funnel cake maker off of Amazon. Everybody was coming to get it.
That's funny. Well, so like you had like all different kind of flavors?
Yeah, I had all different type of flavors. I had like strawberry. I had like a peanut butter Reese.
That sounds good.
I had all flavors: apple, cherry. I started making funnel fries, like different pans. Like
you don't still do it?
I don't, because it was like I couldn't find an avenue down here, and I found the avenue for doing hair quicker. So it was like it's something like that.
So where does you braiding hair, like where does that come into play? Like how
did I start braiding hair?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of always liked doing hair, but like being around my godmom, she used to do hair, nails, do everything. Like she was a hustler too. She had a candy shop in her store and all that. I mean, in her house. And I always like seeing her do hair. My god sister do hair, and I just watched them growing up. When I came down here, it was like I couldn't find nobody to do my hair. So I was like, shoot, I'm about to start doing me hair. And yeah.
It's a little struggle sometimes trying to find people to do your hair down here. If you're not really like plugged in and you don't know nobody, yes, it's really hard.
It's hard. Or they be taking your money, scamming you.
Scamming. It is. That's like a big thing. Like it's a whole page.
Yeah,
Like,
just
watch out
scammers,
for these people.
For real. So it was scary. Like one time I booked this appointment with this girl and she was like, yeah, she doing $60 ponytails. And I was like, okay. She sent me the wrong shop address and everything. I was just like, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty like big thing down here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So we're going to move into our first segment, which is called Story Time.
Okay.
So the first one is, tell us about a time that you felt the most proud of yourself as a woman.
I would say when I just finished school, I felt the most proud because I had a lot going on as to why I stopped going to school. And a lot of people was like, she ain't gonna finish, she's just gonna continue to keep working, and she gonna be outside with boys and all this and all that. And I kind of proved it wrong. So it was like, and now here I am, a couple months after that, about to get my master's. So I feel like that's my proudest moment right now because I lost a lot, but I also gained a lot. So
do you, when you say that people probably thought you wasn't gonna like excel, who, like, you had a lot of people doubting you, like back home?
Yeah, I would say back home, like most of my realest friends actually come from South Carolina.
Yeah,
that's what's the crazy part about it. Back home, just being like the only child, and like a lot of people like, yeah, she's spoiled. Her mom, her dad, they gonna do this, they gonna do that. When my mom got sick, it was kind of different. I started taking care of my mother. I started having to make my own money and make my own moves and stuff like that. So I felt like a lot of people doubted me, like, oh, she's just gonna forget what she had going on and not recover from it.
Right.
And that's why, well, you can't see it, but I got resilient tattooed on my arm because I feel like I'm gonna come back from anything.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Well, I love that, and I'm glad that you were able to finish.
Yeah, thank you.
For some people, it's hard because I almost, when I was in school for like, I don't even remember, maybe like a year or two, and I dropped out because I had like a lot of going on back home, and it was just too much for me. So I was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So I applaud everybody who like goes to school and actually finish and graduates. Like it's actually like a really big accomplishment.
Yeah, I feel like it's real discipline. A lot of people can't do it. It's beyond just like, oh, I'm getting this degree. It's like, okay, I discipline myself to complete something.
Yeah, because you on your own, and nobody ain't gonna hold your hand. Nobody,
nobody not like, get up and go to class or do this or do that. Like, it's just like you got really want it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That is true. So the next one is, I will kind of lead into, maybe it's the same answer, maybe not. What's one of your biggest challenges during college, and how do you think that you overcame it?
I would say my biggest challenge would be, my mom had a stroke.
Okay.
I'm the only child. My dad passed away when I was 7. So when she had a stroke, it was real severe. And me leaving everything I had like built here to go back home and kind of like start over was like the biggest challenge, because it was like, dang, I just left everything and gotta like start over kind of, and go to therapy with my mom, find a job, get a car, get a house, like all over again. So I feel like that was the biggest challenge.
So what do you feel like you learned from that? Like what did that teach you about yourself?
That I'm strong, that I'm gonna come back from anything. I'm disciplined. I'm very disciplined to be young. And financial stability.
Okay. What made you want to be an entrepreneur, and what is one of the best things that came from it?
The best thing that came from it is freelance. I feel like I can kind of do whatever I want every day. Like I could just wake up and be like, okay, I'm gonna go to breakfast and do this and do that. Like it's just kind of freelance. What made me want to be an entrepreneur was, I just seen like my whole family work their whole life. Like they just work. And I didn't just want to work. Like and believe it or not, being an entrepreneur is harder than going to be a 9 to 5, but it's more freelance. I actually get to like lay my own schedule out and say, okay, I'm gonna work on this, I'm gonna do that to get here. And also financial discipline. Not living on like a budget. You know, when you got a regular job, you know what's gonna come in every day. Versus when you're an entrepreneur, you can be like, oh, I made 100,000 today, right, and then I made $25 tomorrow. Right. So, just financial discipline helping me, you know, balance that.
It is tough being an entrepreneur as far as like, because it is pretty and it is like the freedom is great.
Just like, oh, I get to live this luxury life,
right?
And then you go home and cry at night.
Definitely, just many tears.
Yeah.
But like you said, like financial discipline, like I know most people don't understand that part. Like having to you make $1,000 a day, like you said, and then tomorrow you don't make anything.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit more, or like kind of shed a little bit more light to people who may be thinking about entrepreneurship, and like what's one thing that they can really expect from going like full throttle into it.
I would say just like have a plan. You can go into something and be like, okay, that's what turned me from like a hustler to a businesswoman. For real, because I felt like being a hustler, I was just like, okay, I'm making money, I'm just doing this, versus when like I actually made like a plan for what I was going to do to go into it. It kind of like, it lasted longer. I seen like, okay, this is where I'm putting my money in, this how much I'm going to get back, you know, this how much it costs. I started to realize like who I was targeting, who like my customers was coming in and stuff like that.
Okay.
Versus like not having a plan, it was just like, okay, I'm doing this with this person, I'm doing that with that person, and you don't like really build like retention because you don't remember them. You just doing business with them in that second.
Right.
So yeah.
Most people don't have like good client retention, like, you know, or like good customer service either.
Yeah. Especially customer service down here. Ooh, customer service is crazy. I'd be like, where's the ambiance? You want me to spend all this money and like I really get a server? Like, I don't know.
No, that is true. Like, so like going off topic a little bit, like you see like all the stuff in the beauty world right now, like people want like so much for a deposit, or they are charging like, well, the big thing right now is like people not wanting to pay over $100 to get their hair braided.
Well,
on Twitter, like on Twitter, like they be saying like, people will be like, oh, I paid like $300 for this, and they'll be like, what, you crazy? Like, I'm not paying no more than that. Like,
oh wow,
yeah. So you don't
I don't have Twitter, so I don't really know about that. But I mean, over 100. I mean, it's just like you gotta do the math. The time that you gonna take to do this person hair. Like if you know you can buzz 5 heads down and you doing like maybe some stitch braids, you can charge them like $65 because you can do them like an hour. Fast. Versus you getting a longevity style that may take 5 hours. Why would I charge you $100? I might as well go to work. I might as well go get a 9 to 5.
That's what they be in the on Twitter. I be on Twitter all the time, and then like I just saw the other day a girl was like, "Oh, I paid $150," and they was like, "Oh, so you're okay with paying somebody pennies for doing all that work in your head?" And she didn't respond because it's like technically you are paying them dust, like. They're not making anything.
Well, did her hair look good?
Yeah, her hair look good.
I was going to say, what did her hair look good? The person that did her hair may have like 2 people on her head, so it's probably a little. But I know even like back in the day, like I used to go to the Africans a lot back home, and I actually still talk to the African lady that do my hair, that used to do my hair. But I know the minimum going in the Africans is $200, so. That's why I was going to start a petition or like a page or a brand or something that say Black girls not cheaper.
Right.
Because I just feel like even when people get their nails done or like anything, they always like, well, you should charge me cheaper. Versus when they go to like the Vietnamese, they pay $300 and their nail fall off tomorrow. So
no, that is true because I don't know why that is. Like we feel like we're not okay with paying like our own like that price because all my people like I pay and I would try to tip. You know, because my girl like that do my nails, she probably is like one of the cheapest in Columbia as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
So she only charged me like $60,
right?
And that's unheard of right now.
Yeah.
Like, cause when I was going to the Vietnamese people, I was not walking out of there not paying less than $100,
right?
Like
for real. and that's just your nails. That's not even including
what did
your toes.
I even get? Like, what do you mean? But I can go to my girl and get all of this stuff, and I'm gonna support a black business for one, which I do think she should raise her prices, but also make you know,
yeah,
you know, I do.
You gotta kind of know your worth in the market too. Like, just cause you like, well, I learned it's like, oh, that's my friend from down the street. They watch me do this. Girl, these bills still gotta get paid.
right.
You gonna go pay? You feel me? Not your homegirl more. So why like try to get me? But yeah, that's crazy. I don't. Yeah.
No, it gets sticky in the beauty industry because I also see how people are willing to like be more quicker to book with people who aren't black.
Yeah.
Quicker, even with getting her hair braided. Like right now on Instagram, it's a white girl that's braiding hair. Have you seen that?
I haven't.
No, but she's actually doing really good. Like she's actually really good at it, but.
And you know what's crazy? She gonna get all the clients because her customer service gonna be crazy,
right?
And that's what's like wrong with like us black girls too. They don't know customer service. They just like, oh, I'm gonna make money. Their hair gonna look good. People still want customer service.
They do.
They don't want your kids crying, running around like like you overcharging them or like you late. Like serve them people some wine, some crackers, or you braiding their hair for $300.
Okay, because the policies. It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
You can't bring nobody with you.
But you got your whole family there. So yeah.
It'd be crazy. So going into our next segment, which I've been calling it Q&A, but I kind of don't like that name anymore. So I'm changing it. So I got right here girl chat / all in your business / let's get deep. So y'all gotta choose which one y'all want. But it's not like getting too deep. It's just getting like a little deep. So okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is, kind of like surface based. So your business is called Mora Styles. So what's the inspiration behind the name?
My cousin always used to call me and Mora all the time. Like, and I didn't want to go out with like my name, like Mia Styles, or like I wanted it to be a little bit more catchy. And then when I started looking into what like more meant in Spanish, it's like abundance.
Okay.
Like like sparkle, more or something. So I was just like, I'm gonna be more stylish because I want to bring more than hair.
Right.
Like I'm not just hair.
Right. Okay. Period. Well, I like that. Dang, people, it's nice to know that you have like another meaning behind it. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's not just hair. Please don't. I mean, I love doing hair. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm more than hair.
So what do you want to transition into next?
More like coaching and developing, helping other people like that's trying to get into the entrepreneurship world, like build their brand and develop it, and like more of that side of things.
That's definitely like a good industry to get into because people will pay for knowledge if they're willing to learn.
And then they'll pay for knowledge from people that don't even really have it. Like, these people never went to school. They just, or I wouldn't even say went to school, but like, they just knew they made money or had like, where I'm from, drugs a big thing. So they boyfriends, passed them the sack and was like, "Huh, here go, open your business." And that's not like most of the time the reality of like building a business. So that's why I want to get into more coaching and development.
And we see that a lot now with like with that being a thing and on Instagram and Facebook we see a lot of people who are street pharmacists are funding
yeah.
their girls' businesses by like giving them a bunch of money, but like you said earlier, like they don't have the customer service, so it's not gonna last long. And if it does, it's just off of popularity or X, Y, and Z. But they don't have like
a foundation,
right,
or a plan. They just like, I got this money and I can put it into it, but the business don't last. So,
and I hate that for them.
Yeah, because it'd be like really nice.
Yeah,
like, you put all this money, and I've seen it so many times. I work with people that has put money into things that just like, because it wasn't a plan. It was just, I got this money and I'm gonna put it into it, and that's it.
The aesthetic of it, because people, like you said, people don't realize like how hard it can be as being an entrepreneur. Like, you quit your 9 to 5 or don't even get one, but not realizing you're gonna be working around the clock. Like, you're gonna be 10 different people. Versus you could have been just one employee here, but now you're like 10 different people. You got to be your promoter. You got to be your recorder. You got to be your scheduler. Like, you have to be a lot of different things to even get into it. So people, when they want to, like, they just want the fun and the glitz and the glamour, but just don't understand, like, it's a little bit harder.
It's real hard. Just my own experience, like, coming down here, being in another salon, opening a salon, having it crash because of bad business, like, it's hard. So, yeah, that's why I really want to help other people, like, all right, I'm going to help you write this business plan. I'm going to help you, you know, develop and find funding, or help you put your money to aside to help you build it, versus just like, okay, I got this quick startup.
That's really dope. I really think I hope you are like serious.
Yeah, for real. Like, that's what I really want to do.
Okay.
Like, that's like the next step.
Okay. Cool.
But see, the thing with it is like, you gotta make people believers, and like, you gotta be on Instagram like, oh my God, I'm this popular girl, I'm popping, I got this. And I don't want to be that type of like coach, because I want to be like, okay, this is real. Like, if you really want to make money, like, this how you gotta be.
And I'll say that too, because the building that we're in now is one of my coach, Nikisha, and she operates like that. Like, she doesn't want to be popular. Like, she doesn't want to be like known. Like, she, on if you go back to episode 1, you'll see she talked about how she's just now showing people how much money, like, she's making. She's just now
I don't feel like that's nobody
it ain't nobody business, but people are so nosy and they want to know, like, because if they feel like you don't have the look,
it's just the look. It's like, they don't be smart, they don't be got the mentality. No, they don't. Like, I watch so many different interviews of like people that's millionaires, and they don't even have a management team. Like, how are you bringing in the 100 million every day and you don't have a management team? They just going off like that's crazy to me.
That is true, but like, looks is a thing. Like, even with white people, like, when the men, like, as long as you look good and you look like you know what you're talking about, like, people are going to be drawn towards to you. So it's a thing, but you also gotta know how to back it up. So, I mean, I would say, like, definitely don't change how you want to go about it, because it definitely can work. Just know that most people are going to, like,
want to be nosy.
Be nosy. Because there's a lot of scary stories of people stealing. Like, they'll sign up for a class and just steal your whole thing and then repackage it. And, like, girl, no. But talking about how hard it can be being an entrepreneur, what keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated, I would say, is like the challenges. Actually, like, all right, I beat this today, and then like the victory at the end, like, all right, I'm going through it now. It's like, oh, I actually, won. Like, I see it. I see what I was trying to connect together. So I think that keeps me motivated. Seeing my clients, seeing the people that believe in me, seeing the people that email me and like text me, inbox me on all the different social networks all the time, or they see me in person and I'd be like, oh, you Mora Styles, and I'd be like, oh, you know who I am. So that kind of keep me motivated for real.
That's dope though. I love that. That's dope.
Yeah.
So I know you wanted to get a little So this is your chance.
Oh, okay.
So what's been on your mind recently that you want to share? It could be about life, pop culture, anything that you just feel like you gotta get off your chest. Or something that you want to talk about, you know.
Something that I want to talk about is, dang, mental health.
Mental health, okay.
Yes, I feel like mental health is real important right now. Knowing the signs, seeing your friends, your people, your peers, the people that you work with, the people that you encounter. I feel like just making sure everybody that you love and stuff is okay. Right. Like even yourself, like just I don't know how to say it, but like no, for real, I feel like mental health is real important, and it's been real important to me lately. Like, okay, I got to keep myself sane to make sure everything else around me is going to be okay. Yeah, like just making sure like you living in your truth, like you doing what makes you happy, and don't worry about what the bad people say or like that try to bring you down, or bad situations that try to bring you down. Like just keep going. Okay. Be aware of your mental health. Okay.
So I'm gonna ask this question, and I used to watch this podcast called "I Am Athlete," and like they would ask this question to like all their guests, and like on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at mentally right now?
Oh wow. Okay. Mentally, I feel like I'm probably at like an 8.
An 8? That's good though. That's kind of high.
Yeah, like an 8. And it took me a long time to get here. If you would have probably asked me this, like maybe even 2 months ago, if you would have asked me this, I probably would have said like a 5. But today, I feel like an 8.
Like, so what bumped it up to 8 from 5?
I was just saying being self motivated. The things around me, like I just felt like I just had a birthday. Thanksgiving just went past. Just like the holidays, been like things that's happening that I see, like okay, I'm working on this, I'm working on that. I can actually see it now. So, I just finished my 3rd semester, get my master's. I got 1 more, so it's like okay, I got 4 more classes to knock out. We at that finish line. Just seeing things around me elevate these last couple weeks, bring me to 8.
That's good though. I'm glad that you're at 8. Cause
how about you?
Me, I don't know. I'm gonna say 6.5, 7.
Okay, why you feel that way?
Only because like me and my family, we just kind of like experienced a loss. Okay. So it's like it kind of affects me, but at the same time, it doesn't. I don't know if that makes sense, but like. And like I guess like how I'm acting now is probably the reason why, but I'm probably not like correlating that together because this is like my last grandparent on my mom's side. Right. So I only have one grandparent left, and that's on my daddy's side. Okay. And I see people like share videos of their families, and I'm like, I don't have those funny videos of like now, like talking to your grandparents and talking junk to them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just like, I always wanted that, like, to, just be able to call my grandma up or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chit chat, understand the third, which I know that I can do on my dad's side, but what I'm saying is, the grandma who, my mom's mom, I never met her, but apparently, like, she would have been, like, the life of the party, like, who would have kept us spoiled, and I'm like, I never got that, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, it kind of, like, messes with me a little bit, because I'm such, like, so family-oriented, and I love everybody in my life, like, if you're in my life, like, I will go hard for you. Yeah, I feel like. So it's just a little disheartening, to, like, come to terms with now as going into like transiting into adulthood, you have to be in charge of how your family is going to go because everybody's going to go their separate ways. Grandparents aren't there anymore. We can't go to grandma's house. Oh, we're gonna meet up at grandma's house, and we can't do that no more. So it's just kind of like
I can kind of relate to that though. Like in the last 7 months. I lost 2 grandparents. Oh, really? Both of my grandparents died, and then my brother wound up dying.
I'm sorry.
but I feel like everybody grieve different.
Yeah,
I feel like I've been experiencing death for so long, like well before me. Like I was even born. Like my uncle, he got murdered in front of my mom. 6 months later, she got pregnant with me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My dad died when I was 7.
Right.
Like, so I've been experiencing kind death all my life. So right now it's just like I feel like I'm so numb that I gotta just keep going because I got a legacy that's behind me. Like, and that's why that also kind of motivates me too. Like my little cousins, you know, them growing up in Baltimore, it's rough there. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like Baltimore rough. Like for real. Like so having them like grow up there, I wanna like have like something when I get older, when I have kids, like, okay, I built this for them so that they can, you know, keep it going. Like they not just like lost. Like, all right, I just went to school, I did this, and now I just got a job. Like, and now it's nothing against like having a job, but nobody in my family really left anything.
Right.
So it's like, they exist? You get what I'm saying? Like I gotta keep that alive. So I feel like that's kind of like my responsibility and my family right now is to like keep the legacy alive.
I like that you are thinking that way, like ahead of time, because I feel like the generations before us wasn't granted the opportunity to like have that, you know, to even think about that, you know, and considering where you're from, you may not are granted those opportunities. So
yeah, for real, like, and that's why I want to get also into like developing and coaching, because even if you don't have the money to go to college, you know, you have this access to help me, right? They can help me do my taxes. They can help me do this. They can help me, you know, open my own building, how I get this information and stuff like that. Like more of a like resource.
Okay. So, even with going through like all of that and like just this year, like to see that you're like trying to still like keep it going, like hats off to you, because most people would just be like, man, bump this.
That's what I said. Mental health is real. Like, of course I cry at night, but when I lost my dad at 7, I kind of like I felt like and I was young, but I knew that my mind shifted, my body shifted, like what I wanted, kind of like, you know, shifted. So now it's just like I just take it and just like, you gotta keep going. Like I already lost my father at 7. My mother had a massive stroke, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, paralyzed for 3 months. Like, so it's nothing else that could like, like you gotta keep moving.
Shock you at this point.
Like I'm good. Like I'm just.
I hate that so much about life, though. Like I just,
you can't be vulnerable. Like you can't cry. She weak. She gonna fail. She gonna do like
no.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just life is just so sticky.
Yeah.
And you really don't know what it's gonna throw at you at all. So
for real,
you either gonna fold or roll with the punches.
Yeah.
But you know, this is why we need to like talk about more with each other and share our experiences, so people, because you never know who may be watching and be like, well, dang, I'm going through the same thing. Like, you know, she's able to get through it, maybe I can too. You know.
For real.
So I'm like, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for sharing that. That was great. Like,
of course, that's how I came. I was like, yeah, let me jump on here. Like,
right.
For real.
So, is that anything else you want to feel like you want to spill the tea on? Share a little snippet of.
A little snippet, a little tea. Not nothing really. I feel like everything is like, you know how you like, oh, I'm praying for this, I'm working on this to like kind of get where you want to be.
Yeah.
It's like I'm kind of like, all right, I'm where I want to be. So it's like, now what I want to do next? Right. Like, what am I going to do next? So now I want to do more of this next, like more of interviewing, more popping out. Like I'm gonna be at, you know, somebody club in Columbia doing what? Be like, yeah, like they gonna be like, who that? Yeah. So that's where I'm at now. I just want to get my name out there more, like. That's who that is.
And it'll come, I think. Like, do you believe in like manifestations and stuff like that? Okay.
I do.
So I feel like
you gotta believe in what you want.
Definitely gotta believe in what you want, and it's not hard to get on in Columbia. Honestly, like it's really not. Most people, they do be looking for people to like promote and host and stuff like that. So I feel like you keep popping out and you keep like mixing and mingling. Keep your face clean. Look good, you know.
Yeah, because I'm real laid back. Like this, probably the most that like I'm talking now because I'm like kind of comfortable and it's like, but like if you ever like see me out, I'm like in the cut, laid back, I'm chilling. So it's gonna kind of be like, but I am fun and like you know,
no, you are fun,
but like. I've been in so much drama in Baltimore. Like I don't want to be in drama. Like I be trying to chill. Yeah, I don't like even like some people see the fun girl was like, oh, okay, and then drama start coming. So it's like I done cut so many people off in Columbia. Like it's crazy. Like nah, I'm good. So I'm just trying to find like my circle here, honestly.
And how long you been here?
I've been here since 2013. I left in 2016. I came back in 2020, and I've been here ever since. But that don't. I mean, I ran into some people, but people say me like, "Oh, she from up north," and like, "Oh, I want to work with her." But then they try and backdoor me, and now I'm about to have to like bring Baltimore out, and I don't want to do that. So I kind of cut them off, and I just been chilling.
It's sticky.
Yeah, I want to be around like money and motivation. Like, all right, we get some money, we gonna motivate each other, we gonna laugh about it tomorrow, and wake up, go get some money tomorrow.
And like, you didn't have to like talk to like the 30 and up. That's not in the nightlife mingle. Like people in the nightlife, like this real sticky. Like
for real.
Don't think about it. Just
the scenery a little crazy here.
Just don't do it. Okay, so who do you feel like has the most influence in your life?
The most influence. Dang, I don't even want to say it, but why? Because people be nosy. But my man. Okay. Like, you know, the last 4 years we've been dating. Like, that's been the biggest influence, the biggest motivation. The like, you know, like, you got clients today? What you doing today? What you gonna do today? Like every day. So
okay, we love mommy. We love that. But most people don't get that opportunity to like have a partner that's like motivating and like keeping them on track. Like most people don't get that opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of just like stumbled upon him. Like, it just kind of happened. Like I don't know. Like you know, it was just like he was like, "What you do?" I was like, "I do hair." He's like, "For real?" I was like, "Yeah." And he every day after that, he's like, "You doing hair? You doing hair? You doing hair?" Like still to this day, every day, like, "You doing hair today?" I'm like, so yeah.
This was another question that I had, but I think we kind of already touched on it. But how has living in Columbia been for you?
Oh my God, I wake up every day on a vacation. Like I feel like like it's so peaceful. Like I hear the birds chirping. I don't really hear like the ambulance too much.
You don't?
No, I really don't. Like
it's a different.
It is. I guess because we so spaced out here. Okay, like versus back at home, like. Here. Like, every 5 minutes. Like versus down here is like, you know, it's not as often. Like you don't hear it. You like kind of just see it on social media, or like you might just ride past and be like, oh dang, it was an accident or something happened. Versus like at home, you could walk out your door and they like, bah, bah, bah. You like, oh, I gotta go back in the house. You know, it's a little, it's different. So, and then it's just like a different experience. Different areas you can travel to like quick. Like Charlotte, Atlanta, you can get there kind of fast. So
you can.
I just feel like, all right, well, I'm gonna just go have lunch in Charlotte today, or like, you know, stuff like that.
That's cute. I like that. I think because when you're from here, you're like, this is so ghetto. Like, oh my god, I freaking hate it here. But everybody else be like, shit, it's better than living out there.
Listen, it's cheaper. You have more access to things. People. If you want, like, be an entrepreneur, it's so many vacant buildings that's ready to move in. I don't know. I just feel like, I just been in Columbia. It's cool. I don't want to be here forever. I do want to build something here that's going to last long. Because I feel like I have the opportunity to. Okay. But yeah, it's cool to me. I go in the house and be chilling after I do what I gotta do. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Maybe I should start being appreciative.
Or you just enjoy your time, like enjoy yourself, like don't overthink it. Like, oh my god, what I'm gonna do? Like I be having I'll go and like shout out to Columbia Eats. too. I go to Columbia Eats like after I probably have like one client that day or something, and I be done early, and I go on Columbia Eats and be like, oh, they got a new little restaurant that opened up here. And I'll go like to the restaurant and just like see how the food is.
That's the Instagram page. I need to check that one out.
It's actually on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I need to check that out.
I be going to eat, go to the park. I don't know.
It is like a lot of like little small, like you really have to like do your research to like know what to do here, because you can't say it is boring, and it's really not boring. Like you just have to want to do something.
Yeah. Just want to do something, and then like it was true. You're an entrepreneur. Just hit me up and go, hey, let's go to lunch weekend.
Okay, girl. Don't you ain't gotta tell me, but one time
I'll be outside by myself.
I like to eat, so you ain't gotta tell me, but one time. Okay, we'll definitely do that. So what is the biggest lesson you've learned from your 20s? Because I know like you just had a birthday, so from the time span of like you can group it all together, what do you feel like is the biggest lesson?
The biggest lesson: take people for who they are.
Okay.
I would feel like out of my 20s, I feel like I be believing in people that don't even believe in themselves. If they show you that that's what they gonna do, that's what they gonna do. Because hunting, they will drag it out and drag it out and drag it out until they can't drag it out no more. And you be looking like, oh my God, I'm so sad, I'm so depressed over somebody else's situation. When it's not even your situation, right. You just believe in them so much and love them so much that you pour so much into them that they just take it for granted. Like it just be like, so that's my biggest lesson. Is like, just believe people for who they is. Like, stop pouring so much into people and pour it into yourself.
I like that. I hope y'all listening to that one, because that's a really big lesson.
For real.
That's a big one, and most people don't learn that until they're like almost dead in the grave until they realize it. Like,
and it would be a bad situation. It's just a lot of things, like a lot of things, and you'll just be like, dang. And now you in a sticky situation, or for me, friends got murdered for just not believing who that person was, and then now this situation that happened, and this and that, and you could have just avoided it all because
because the first time that
they showed you that's what it was.
Get on out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving from that one, what is the biggest lesson being a business owner? Like, what has that taught you about yourself?
So far, the lesson I've learned being a business owner right now, I just kind of want to work by myself. I was working in this girl salon. It didn't kind of work out because I knew I wanted my own brand. She was branding herself, and I was like, shout out to her. We still cool and all that. But I just knew that's not the vision I seen for myself. And then after that, I wound up going into business with somebody else. And it was just a flop situation. Like, don't get me wrong, she was a hustler. But I knew I wanted a business.
Right.
And that's why I say I'm a business owner. I'm not just a hustler. Because that situation kind of showed me, like, all right, we need to make this a business.
Right.
So, like, she knew how to make money, but, I'm coming in, the shop dirty, this. We in there 4 o'clock in the morning, they smoking, they doing this. It was just like real ghetto. So it was just like, yeah, this is not what we doing. So we just cut ties.
And we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah. So right now, I just feel like once I develop myself, then I could start, bringing people in.
Okay.
So that's the kind of the biggest lesson, like just knowing that I want to be by myself.
Right. So how long have you been on your own, like in the shop by yourself?
Actually a year.
Oh,
okay. I got my shop last October. I had my grand opening on my birthday last year. Yeah, so it's been a year.
So did you do anything to celebrate?
What, this year?
Yeah.
No, not really too much. I'm trying to get this money,
But you gotta celebrate your wins, though.
Yeah, I mean my birthday and stuff, and then it was like a lot was just going on.
It's
like
two separate things.
Yeah, I wasn't mentally okay at the time, so
I got you.
I'll see you in 5 years when I get a bigger building.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is going to be bringing it to the last 2 questions.
Okay.
So, What is the best advice you have received as a woman?
The best. I would say it probably came from my mom, and it was like self-respect. Like, respect yourself as a woman, carry yourself as a woman at all times, no matter where you at. Yeah, self-respect. Like my mother kind of really instilled that in me.
Yeah.
Like, you're a girl, close your legs,
Right.
close your legs. So, as you can see, I'm a little bit tomboyish, but she really like kind of instilled like you're a girl in me, like you're a woman.
Most moms don't do that though. Like
Yeah.
these little girls be just running around
For real.
crazy. Like, oh, okay, all
Yeah.
right, okay. So with that, what advice would you pass on to somebody?
In an entrepreneurship role, or
No,
just in
just
general?
anything, like to anybody.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, and keep going. Don't let nobody like deteriorate what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in what you want and keep going. Like that's it. Because if you don't believe in you, I'm telling you, nobody not gonna believe in you. Like, yeah, keep going. That's my advice.
Okay, so as I'm gonna bring this to a close, that was like really sound advice. Like, cause even though like most people like it'll go over their head, but it's just like it's so important to like keep going.
Yeah.
Like it really is so important to when you do it when you're tired, do it when you're hungry, do it when you're mad, do it when you're sad. Like just you gotta like. Cause today I was like I am so sleepy. Like I don't feel like moving, but I'm like I gotta go.
Right.
Cause I'm like something that you want to do. Like just keep doing it.
Yeah, you gotta keep going. I'm glad that we did this interview. I think it's gonna go crazy. But yeah.
Y'all please watch this video.
Period.
Okay, so thank you again for coming on and being a part. Like I had like when I posted I was kind of scared. I don't know why I deleted the picture anyway, but I did delete the picture off my page. I don't know. I be going through things in my mind. I just be like, okay, fuck all of this. Like I'm just fuck it. I'm
right.
Whatever. So, but she did comment, and I was like, oh, somebody actually wants to be on the show. Like, oh my god, like this is so.
Yes. People be scared though, and then it's like I said, people don't believe in themselves. They just be like, "Oh, I just do this. I'm not good at doing this." Right. I feel like I told my man this morning, I am dang, what I told him, all American, okay, in this entrepreneurship world, I could do anything. What they said, I could do anything. Yeah, like yeah, so. They gotta just believe in themselves and like, or just talk to people and be like, "Hey, you want to do this interview with me?" Like, and they gonna just pop off. But
I was getting like,
just believe in yourself and keep going. I hope this interview do good. And thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for coming. Yes. This was great. This was really great. Like, I loved it. I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
So if you can like tip down so you can see her hair.
My head. It say more styles, guys.
And as we're doing that, I'm gonna let you give them all your social medias and then tell them what is the best way to support you.
The best way y'all can support me is book an appointment. You know, I also make like logos and stuff too. I can start helping you guys like coach your way through entrepreneurship, helping you like build your plan and open bank accounts and stuff like that. I'm not full throttle on it, but you know, I could start with 1 or 2 clients to get myself out there. You guys can find me at Mora Styles on all major platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah. And I'm located at 3307 Bravo Road, Columbia, South Carolina. Come see me. Walk-in Wednesdays only.
So, what are you currently like offering? Any like you said walk-in Wednesdays, so.
So it's just basically first come first serve. You can kind of just get anything that's any braid style that I offer is just first come first serve.
Okay.
So you don't have to have a deposit. But I do have lashes. I have bonnets. So you know, for the girls.
Let them know what you got.
Yeah, I got lashes. I got bonnets. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool. So, again, thank you for coming, and thank you guys for watching. You can always follow us on Instagram at NJAPF official. Of course, the YouTube channel is NJAPF TV. We don't have a Facebook page. It's coming. Just bear with me. But my Facebook page where I post all of the content is Michaela Ford, and all of her socials and mine will be
connected together. Y'all gonna see more of us. Don't worry. We coming. Okay, period. We right here, Columbia on lock. What they say? Ford production.
Ford.
Period.
Okay,
See you guys later.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in to our next video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.